Good morning, grade 8. Today we shall start a new chapter, cell. Okay, cell structure and function. Till now we have learned about microorganisms, friend and foe. So what is microorganisms? Microorganisms are living things. So if it is a living things, what is the basic unit of living things? The basic unit of living thing is cell. So we are going to learn about in this class and also forthcoming class about cell and its structure and function and who discovered cell, how he has discovered the cell, everything we are going to see in detail. Now we are telling the cell is the unit of living organisms. Means how can you able to imagine the cell is the unit of living organisms? For that we can compare living organisms with your house. Imagine your house, okay? Your house is made up of what? Your house is made up of either bricks or stones. So what is the unit of your house? Unit of your house is bricks or stones. So similarly, in your body also and also in other plants, other animals and other organisms, all those living organisms, the basic unit of all those organisms is made up of cell only. I think now you can able to compare the bricks which is present in the house. Similarly, the cell can be present in plant also, animal also and even microorganism also. So what is the basic unit of your house? Basic unit of your house is bricks or stones. Similarly, what is the basic unit of all living organisms? Basic unit of living organism is cell. Okay, cell. So what do you mean by cell? The term. What is the meaning for the term, children? Cell. Cell means a little room. And it is actually, cell is a Latin word. How we are telling, no? Tamil word, English word like that. Cell is a Latin word. What is the meaning for that Latin word? The meaning for Latin word is little room. So cell meaning, what is the meaning for cell? Meaning for the cell is little room. So we are going to learn about the little room, that is cell, in this chapter in detail. So now we know cell is the fundamental or basic unit of living organisms or basic unit of any organ. Imagine your body organ itself. You have body organ, more body organs in your body, like stomach, esophagus, liver. Okay, so many body organs are there. And if you take all those organs, if you look at means, all those body organ is made up of many cells. So what is the unit of organs? Unit of organ is cell. So what do you mean by cell? Cell means a little room. Okay, so in that cell even we can able to see so many beautiful cell organelles and it has its own function. So everything only we are going to learn in this chapter in detail. Clear now? Now we are clear about cell. What is cell? Cell meaning little room. Where it is present? It is present in organ and it is present in all the living organisms. All the living organisms. It is the basic unit of life. Now look at the slide. Now we are telling cell is the smallest unit of life. Okay, smallest unit of life. Why? We can't able to see in our naked eye. We can able to see with the help of microscope only. That's why we are telling it is the smallest unit of life. Why? Because if you imagine a liver means it is an organ we can able to see. But the organ liver, it contains many millions of cells in it. So we can't able to see exactly only one cell separately. So we want to see the cells only with the help of microscope. That's why we are call it as cell is the smallest unit of life. And here we are telling cell is a basic structural and functional unit of living organisms. So now we know we are comparing the cell with the brick of your house. So if how the house contains bricks, that is only pillar of your house. Similarly, the cells only pillar of your body. It will do so many functions. It will do so many work. Okay, that's why we are call it as cell is the structural and functional unit of living organisms. How brick act as a structure for your house. Similarly, cell acts as a structure. Not only it acts as a structure because cell is a living thing. So it used to do so many work. So we'll call it as cell is the structural and functional unit of living organisms. And you might have think how the new cells will formed. Actually, the new cells are formed from the pre-existing cells. Pre-existing cells means before a cell is there, means the cell will divide and you will get so many new cells. Every day in your body new cells are formed. How these new cells are formed? These new cells are formed from the pre-existing cells which is present in your body itself. And all organisms are composed of one or more cells. Imagine if a microorganisms means it will be a single cellular. So organisms might be a single cellular or organisms might be a multicellular. Give example for single cellular organisms. Only one cell alone will make one organism. Example is your amoeba. Amoeba is only one cell, but that will make a one organism. And imagine human beings. Human being is made up of only single cell children? No. Human being body is made up of many cells, millions of cells. So we can call it as more cells make an organisms like human being, plants and other animals. I think now you got an idea regarding what is cell, what is the structural and functional unit of organisms, how new cells are formed from the pre-existing cells, and how all those organisms is made up of cells. Next we'll move on to the next slide. Now here I told first now we are thorough with what is cell. We know what is cell. Okay, now we have compared the cell with the brick of your house. So you want to remember all those living organisms, it is made up of cell only. And here you want to remember first who discovered the cell, no? So we want to see who is that. So a person called Robert Hooke, okay, a person called Robert Hooke. In the year of here it was given 1965, it is not, it is wrong, it is 1665, okay, 1665. Robert Hooke, he is a scientist, okay, he only first discovered a cell in the year of 1665, okay, 1665. How he observed or how he discovered a cell means, actually he is a spectacle person. Okay, he is running one shop. Okay, he is running one shop. In that shop, he has so many microscopes, so many small hand microscope, everything. And he whatever we have any kind of equipments, we'll do some research. We'll cut and see anything with the help of the hand microscope. Like that, accidentally, okay, he cut and he saw one plant cell. Okay, in that he can able to see small room like structure. So he called that small room like structure as cell. Okay, as cell. First he used one cell. Okay, that is only we'll call it as slices of cork. What do you mean by slices of cork, children? It is a part bark of a tree. Imagine a huge tree. The huge tree, outer layer of the huge tree is, you can able to see a brown color substance, no? That brown color substance, that is only we'll call it as the bark of the tree. Okay, in Tamil we can call it as patta. Okay, outer layer of the tree, it will be in brown color, that is only we'll call it as bark of the tree. And if you take the bark of the tree and when we make small slices, we can able to see cells with the help of microscope. So in 1665 even, Robert Hooke, he discovered cell with the help of the cork. Okay, cork is nothing but a part bark of a tree. Under a microscope and he saw all just like a honeycomb structures, all small boxes like structures, and he called all those small boxes or all those small little room as cell. So now you want to remember who discovered cell? Robert Hooke. In which year? 1665. And he used what part of the plant? He used bark, that is bark of the tree. How he observed cell? He took so many sections, small pieces, and he used a microscope to see the structure. What is the structure? Structure is like a honeycomb structure. And now look at the third point. The slices of cork appear like a small compartments. What do you mean by small compartment? Small room. Okay, compartment means small rooms, which were further separated by a wall. So imagine now I'll draw the structure. Okay, so like this, he can able to see many cells. Okay, see the three also just look like a honeycomb, and each are separated by a wall-like structure. Each are separated by a wall-like structure. Okay, this wall only we'll call it a cell is covered by a wall, cell wall. Why? Plant cell was covered by a cell wall. So each cell are separated by a cell wall. So who discovered? Robert Koch. Okay, next slide we'll see. And here you want to remember, okay, cell number. So we know what is cell and who discovered cell, how he has discovered cell, what is the structure of cell. And here we want to remember, we are telling cell means all those cells which is present in all organisms, they are not equal in shape, size and number. The number of the cell, the size of the cells and the shape of the cells will varies. They are not they don't have any common shape, because for example liver cell is different from your pancreas cell. Pancreas cell is different from your esophagus cell. Similarly, if you imagine a plant, a fruit cell is different from a tree cell. Tree cell, that is a stem cell. Stem cell is different from leaf cell. So different kinds of cell and also different in number and different in shape. That is only we are going to see in this slide. Now we are telling on the basis of the number, on basis of a number, the cell, living organisms can be classified into two categories. For example, if a living organism has only one, means we can call that organism as unicellular. So organism is made up of only one cell, not more than that. In that case, how can we able to call that organisms? We can call that organism as unicellular organisms. What is the example? Example is your amoeba. And also one more example, euglena. Okay, euglena is also single cellular organism only. Amoeba and euglena we can able to see in the water. So living organisms consist of a single cell. Example, amoeba and euglena, we can call it as a unicellular. And come to multicellular, if living organism consists of more than one cell, that we can call it as multicellular. Example, what is the multicellular example? Example for multicellular is earthworm, human being, cow, goat, buffalo, your mango tree, apple tree, banana tree, banyan tree, and all those things comes under multicellular. Why? Because here more than one cell is present, means we can call it as a multicellular. Is that clear, children? So we have, based on the cell number, we have only two category, unicellular or multicellular. Unicellular means the organism itself will possess only one single cell alone. Multicellular means it will contain more than one cell. Okay, next we'll move on to the next slide. Okay, here shell shape. What could be the shape of the cell, children? Here the shape of the cell differ not only in different organisms but also in different organs of the same organisms. So here you want to remember, even in our human body also we have different organs. No? For example, we have liver, we have pancreas, we have stomach. So all those organs will contain different cell number and also different in shape also. Is that clear, children? So we know cell number is also different, cell shape and size is also different. So what could be the shape? Shape may be oval, okay, spherical or cuboidal. Oval, spherical, cuboidal, or fiber like or polygonal. For example, cell might be oval, okay, or it is a spherical, or it is a small fiber like structure. So these are the different shape of the cell. So this is, we can call it as oval, this is spherical and this is fiber. And what is the polygonal? This is the structure of the polygonal. So this is the structure of polygonal. So shape may be oval or spherical or cuboidal, spherical, cuboidal and fiber like polygonal. Just these four structures, you write and keep it in your note. So what are the shapes, children? It might be oval or spherical, cuboidal or fiber. Fiber means a small strip like structure, or polygonal or a hexagonal shape. This is the shape of the cell. Next we'll move on to the cell size. Okay, now we know cell number, cell shape. Next we'll see cell size. Actually, the difference in size of organisms is due to the number of cells present in them. For example, human beings are well advanced organism also, but compared to human beings, so many other animals like elephant, rhinoceros, all those organisms are big. Why? Because compared to human beings, elephant and rhinoceros, they will contain more number of cells. So if more number of cells means automatically the persons will look like a big one, or animals just look like a big one. So how a persons or animal or other plant means, based on the number of cells only, the organisms might be small or big. And here you want to remember, very interesting case, a smallest cell, we can call it as PBLO. What is PBLO? Pleuropneumonia like organisms are called. Mycoplasma is about only 0.1 micron in diameter. Here we are telling, when we compare elephant and rhinoceros, human beings are all very, very big. But this is also living organisms only. And come to one organism which is present in this world, that is, we can call it as PPLO organisms. What do you mean by PPLO organism? Means pleuropneumonia like organisms. These only organisms which is very small or tiny organisms in the world. Why? The cell size is very, very small. It is only 0.1 micron in diameter. So if the question is like that, give example for, okay, smallest cell organism means you want to write example as PPLO, pleuropneumonia like organisms. That is only we'll call it as mycoplasma. What is mycoplasma, children? It is nothing but the bacteria only. What is mycoplasma? It is nothing but the bacteria. So a bacteria is very smaller in size. Example is mycoplasma. Okay, and what is the size? It is only 0.1 micron. And the largest cell, what could be the largest cell? Single cell. We are talking about here only single cell. Largest cell is ostrich cell. Okay, and its diameter, it is 170 mm in diameter. Okay, largest, if you take the egg of the ostrich, okay, that egg of the ostrich is very biggest cell, that is 170 millimeter in diameter. I think you are clear, children. So based on cell size, we want to learn the smallest cell size organisms and biggest cell size organisms. What is the smallest cell size organisms? PBLO, pleuropneumonia like organisms. What is that organism name? Organism name is mycoplasma. What is mycoplasma, children? It is a bacterium. Okay. Next come to the largest cell, that is ostrich egg. Okay. What is the range? Range is 170 millimeter. So micron, imagine 0.1 micron is very smallest, 170 millimeter is very biggest. So here we are comparing only the size of the cell. Is that clear, children? So now we saw cell number, cell shape and cell size. Next we'll move on to the next slide. Okay. So next parts of the cells we'll learn in next class. So till now what we have learned? We have learned what is cell theory. Okay. What is cell theory? And second one, who discovered cell and how he discovered cell. And third, what is variations, alterations? Variation means alteration. Alteration or changes will be in the cell number, size and shape. And example for unicellular and multicellular. And cell shape also will vary. For example, oval, spherical, cuboidal, fiber-like and polygonal shape. And cell size. Cell size might be very smaller. Example, mycoplasma, that is a bacterium only. That is only 0.1 micron. And come to largest ostrich cell, that is 170 millimeter. That is very largest cell size. Okay. Now you just again watch the video and you will write all those important points in your notebook. Next class will start with the parts of a cell. Thank you, children.